Hi there, welcome to another video of facts and glitches in racing games. I'm your host, Javi7, and in this episode we will have something a little more different than usual. You know, I love music. What about some racing soundtrack facts? F-Zero GX, the last proper anti-gravity racing game from Nintendo. The music was handled by a branch of Sega. Specifically, the soundtrack was composed by Hidenori Choji, now most famous for his music work in the Yakuza games. And Taiki Kacho. There are about like 40 plus characters in this game, and this sick man decides to make a song for every single character. He did all that work for this. I repeat, for this. Look, okay, check it. Yakuza Kiwami. Okay, now go back to F-Zero GX. And people think this is a downgrade? What? Oh, hold on. Oh, my bad. So, slight correction, about 60% of the game, F-Zero GX, was developed by a branch of Sega. So, that's why Sega does what Nintendo don't. They can't top this game, they can't. There have been a lot of artists and bands that have been featured in racing games, but which one had the most appearances? The Qemists had songs featuring 25 racing games. In second place is Queens of the Stone Age. They have been featuring 24 racing games. And in third place we have the Chemical Brothers, featuring 23 racing games. This is one of my favorite bands, by the way. However, there is a funny coincidence. You know, Queens of the Stone Age was formed by Josh Homme, the guitarist and vocalist. Well, Queens of the Stone Age was made after the dissolution of his last band. That last band was called Q's. Wait, am I pronouncing this right?
Qemists.
Oh, and
Qemists
got a couple of songs in racing games, in specific The Crew and Need for Speed Carbon. So, okay, we can give Josh 2 more games than the first place to this guy. But there's more, because he was also the drummer in another band, Eagles of Death Metal, and also had songs in racing games, Asphalt Extreme, Midnight Club LA, Need for Speed Shift, and also Need for Speed Carbon, also Dirt 2 again, also Gran Turismo 4 again, also Gran Turismo 5, so that's 3 more games for him. But also he's in another band, the rock supergroup Them Crooked Vultures. And also had another song in Gran Turismo 5. Bro has 3 whole songs in GT5 and has the most featured songs in racing games. I'm not even counting the feature that is in Need for Speed Pro Street. He's a feature in an Uncle song. This guy's cheating! Obviously I'm exaggerating, and to be fair, the dude just has the most badass rock bands of all time, so valid. Hot Wheels World Race. It uses some of the same music from the series of movies Hot Wheels Highway 35, in specific the themes of the teams. The game also includes the theme song for the movies. It was made by Smash Mouth. Yeah, that band. The same one from the Shrek soundtrack. Crazy. Trackmania Built to Race for the Wii. This game has a lot of banging French house tunes. However, one of the songs for the desert tracks sounds a bit too much like Are You Gonna Be My Girl by Jet. See, I wasn't joking. Speaking of similar sounding music, the menu song from Colin McRae Rally 3. This sounds pretty similar to one of my favorite songs ever, Star Guitar by the Chemical Brothers. I love this part, by the way. Hey, do you know what's my favorite game? Kirby Air Ride has a banger soundtrack, no surprise there. It has a lot of original songs and rearrangements of past Kirby songs, but also has a lot of music borrowed from the Kirby anime series. That is, only the Japanese version of the anime shares the same music to Kirby Air Ride. How about playing a little game? Guess, is this a Ridge Racer song or a Tekken song? Is it Tekken 5? Ridge Racer 7. Is it Ridge Racer 5? You are stupid wrong. That's Tekken Tag Tournament. Is it Tekken 4? You have fallen into my trap, you dum-dum. That's actually our racing evolution. All these are games by Namco, so a bunch of the music from Ridge Racer and Tekken have the same composers.
You win.
Forza Horizon music is pretty good. There are public playlists for each radio station, but since Forza Horizon 4, the label Hospital Records actually releases the music from the respective radio stations as full-on albums. You can also buy them through Bandcamp, which I recommend if you want some nice drum and bass tunes outside of streaming services. However, a lot of songs from the games are not released out there. For example, the intro sequence from Forza Horizon 4 features a 4-piece song called Sunrise. It was made and composed by this cool duo, Fred V and Graphics. Even though the song is inside the game to listen on the Hospital Records radio, the song is not on streaming services, not even inside the official album release. In a Reddit AMA at Our Electronic Music, fans have asked when they are releasing the Sunrise mix, to which Graphics responded and set the record straight. Microsoft and Forza own the rights to that music. Not us, not Hospital. So we don't have any control or say in what is done with those tunes. That sounds like a shame, but you can also listen to it on SoundCloud and YouTube, so hey, there's that. Some music from Forza Horizon 5 are only available to listen on YouTube, not on Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, lol. Neither on the soundtrack release from Hospital. They're the songs exclusive to the intro sequence and the expeditions. The only official release is on the Forza YouTube channel. Psst, maybe too much, but they don't have the content ID system. Just saying. I was going to talk about the exclusive songs from the intro sequence of Forza Horizon 6, but they actually got ahead of me. In fact, they did release that batch of songs to streaming services. So yeah, you can listen to this Milk Talk banger in peace. Singing and driving is hard indeed. A lot of songs from the different stations in Forza Horizon 6 are not released out there, and this time, from the looks of it, it is in control of their respective artists and labels. So, that is interesting. Bring 'em down, we bring an arsenal. These two songs are from Forza Horizon 1, and they are from the band Lost Prophets. By the way, this is the last appearance they have ever made in a racing game. I wonder why.
Jinkies. Hey, prayers to the families.
Actually, looking at racingsoundtracks.com, apparently they had a song in Project Cars, but it got deleted. Oh man. Songs with the same samples. Since this part of the video is related to music, I'm gonna use a few of the viewer submissions that are music related for this part. These two songs uses the same vocal sample.
See, I can't take no more, you hurt me. Don't come back
These two songs uses the same synth sample. In World Racing 2, the song What You Like from Bass Bumpers is also used in Crazy Frog Racer 2 under the name Track 9. The reason why is because Bass Bumpers went on to work on the song 1001 Nights for Crazy Frog. The main difference between the original and the Crazy Frog version is that the rap version got replaced with typical Crazy Frog sounds and some extra sounds.
That shit is fucking trash, dog. Get the fuck off the airwaves.
The Sonic R original soundtrack album artwork uses a slightly modified artwork from Sonic Adventure 1, designed by Yuji Uekawa. This is interesting because the Adventure era Sonic design with the green eyes first appeared in 1999, only 2 years after the release of Sonic R. Speaking of Sonic R, all the music was composed by Richard Jacques. At that time, he was an in-house musician for Sega at the London office, and all the vocals were done by T.J. Davis. Around 1999, he got assigned to work on all audio work like sound effects, dialogue, and to compose the soundtrack for a new Dreamcast game, Metropolis Street Racer. It had the concept of having 3 radio stations for 3 different maps, each with a variety of genres ranging from house, jazz, country, pop, and Japanese pop. According to Richard, this idea was inspired and taken from GTA 2 and his different radio stations. So all of those different tunes, all of them were composed by Richard, oh you madman. And T.J. Davis, the same singer from Sonic R, was brought along to do vocals for many of the different songs. Okay, one more fact from this game.
Been to all the places and there's nowhere left to roam. Go find yourself a woman and bring her home.
This song from the country station Long Long Road has lyrics about a man and a woman shopping for underwear, with both ending up getting married. You think I'm inventing that? No bro, Rich said that in an interview, it's right here. I was having gentle fun with that one. Oh, you silly man. Big Rigs Over the Road Racing has music. Oh my god, what the hell? This couple of tracks were intended to be in the game, however, due to a sloppy programming error with the audio format, well, you can hear there is no music in-game. Apparently it was inside the original game disc the whole time, but since this got pirated to hell and became infamous as one of the worst games of all time, it's not very known that it had composed music. It even got released on Steam. The songs are all named the same for some reason. Don't ever waste money on this, it's not even funny. The band Muse has been in a lot of racing games, like Gran Turismo 3, the amazing song in Need for Speed Most Wanted 2012, and Retrograde Racer. What the hell is a Retrograde Racer? I never heard of that. You never heard of that because you can't play it. You can't even buy it. So like, Retrograde Racer, it's a racing game that was only for the Simulation Theory tour, and even if you go to a tour, it was behind a deluxe pass or like a VIP service that you had to pay. Crazy. Need for Speed Carbon. One of the licensed tracks is Our Friends Electric by Two-Way Army and his frontman Gary Newman. This song from 1979 was one of the first #1 synth-pop hits in the UK, even though the lyrics are about a robot prostitute.
I'm sorry, what?
Yep, the song that is in this racing game and made synth-pop mainstream is about a goon robot, XDD.
You can't dance to it, it doesn't have a chorus, it's really long, and it's about robot prostitutes.
A series where the music was very important was the Wipeout series. Their composer, Tim Wright, aka Cold Storage, composed and made the soundtrack for the first Wipeout game, even though he hated techno music.
So I listened to that and thought, oh no, not that whistle in your mouth, take a knee, kind of, wee, repetitive, just like, tss, 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 where the bass line just goes. I didn't get it. No, didn't like it at all.
And then he made a cult classic techno soundtrack of all time. There's a lot of things to unpack in the Wipeout series, and it's specific to 3 games, so like going through all that will be his entire unique video. Maybe one day. Okay, that's enough of music trivia. Go back to the submissions already. Jeez. Bo. Newsflash. A new Gran Turismo 3 glitch has been found. For this one, I will let the video speak.
Now you have to do it.
Pray that you nail it.
See?
There you go.
Oh, okay.
He did say 20%. That was 20%.
Okay. Then by driving here.
Can't hit it. Can't find it here.
Oh, you got.
There it was.
Yeah, you got lap 3.
Yeah, this way. Slow down. Just let it hit the checkpoint. Turn around.
Or better if we use this camera for this, actually.
Yeah, perfect. That's good. Then you drive. Go down to 60. And turning radius. See? We now have a replicable 15-second version of this glitch. It's that
This
simple.
is actually pretty insane. Let me see if I can actually complete this race with this.
What the fuck am I looking at?
Looking at me doing 20-second laps around Monaco.
In Forza Motorsport 1, if you hit a wall, the paint of your car will stick onto it. It's a small detail, but one that you don't see in many racing games out there. In Hot Wheels beats that, while all cars featured in this game are based on real-life releases, this 16 Angels doesn't resemble any 16 Angels release from 2007 downwards. The closest one to this car is this 2004 first edition release, but it came in purple instead of red. There are a few tiny differences between the PC version of a split second and the console version, mainly a few screens, including a different ending sequence.
Supposed to be torn down yet. What's going on? Oh no. Son of a... Can't be! Not after all this time! Man... He said they'd be back, but... Oh boy. This ain't gonna end well.
The PlayStation 2 and Xbox releases of MX vs ATV Unleashed originally had real manufacturer branded bikes and quads, such as this Suzuki and KTM, but in future ports of the game, like with the PC and PSP ports, they were removed, leaving only the non-bike manufacturer vehicles, except for Yoshimura. The PSP version also lacks the biplane and helicopter vehicles, while the PC version added a track creator. In Street Racing Syndicate, sometime after the race, the cops can chase you the second you exit the meetup.
Understood. All units in the area to assist.
Kazuo, one of the late rivals, is supposed to use the Veilside Fortune 3 on his Supra, but for some reason the game didn't apply it in-game, even though you can personally apply it on your Supra. In Gran Turismo 5 and 6, on the high-end performance G37, if the player looks behind when in cockpit view, a PlayStation 3 can be found in the rear, alongside a 20-inch TV. This detail is accurate with its real-life counterpart. In Gran Turismo 5, up until version 1.4, the underside of the Mine Skyline GTR 2006 featured Phillips screws, an AutoArt logo, and a text that read 118 Nissan Skyline R34, belonging to a 1-18 diecast model produced by AutoArt. This was changed in version 1.5, with a message thanking anyone who spotted the underside saying, "Thanks for finding this." Smiley face. I don't think many people have realized this, but the Pescarolo C60 Hybrid Youth and the Audi R8 Team Oreca from 2005 both share the same livery, only with inverted colors and inverted DualShock 2 controllers. I did notice. Hehe. Speaking of Pescarolos, in the recently discovered build of GT Concept Lupo Cup Training version 2, one of the last GT Concept builds ever made, there are 6 different 2003 Pescarolos with alternative colors, all listed as unique cars. We only seen 2 of these from very short and low quality clips and screenshots, like the 2003 24-hour Le Mans event build. After beating the final event of the Street King, fittingly titled The Street King, on the hardest difficulty, which is on King, you get Raymond's Kaiju R4, aka his R35 GTR. The reason why this one is interesting is because it's at a rank that you cannot replicate by yourself. In Forza Horizon 6, the village of Chirakawa is the real-life Hinamizawa from the anime Higurashi. These lookout points look exactly like the ones in the anime and real life. In Super Drift 3D, when you go to the wrong way in Cherry Mountain, it respawns you off the map, or more specifically in Limbo, and going up to 250 plus miles per hour. In Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2010, some of the cars in the game have their stats put as classified, which means you can't know their specifications. Now this makes sense for the concept cars that are in this game, like the Ford Interceptor concept or the Porsche 918 concept. However, for some reason, a couple of production cars in this game also have their stats put as classified, even though their information was known for months or years before the game's release. The Eiger Nordwand track in Gran Turismo 5 and onwards might not exist in real life. However, the location and some of the constructions are. The village you see at the start is actually called Kleine Scheidegg and has been faithfully reconstructed in the game, with its small train station, the restaurant, the souvenir shop and wooden fences near the rails. The glass concrete construction on the left is the small train depot, and even the bridge you see after the tunnel is actually there too. Some parts of the track have been inspired by the walking trail Eiger Ultra Trail, mostly anything between the tunnel to the village. Asphalt 5 was actually planned to release on the PSP, with a planned release date of March 31st, 2010, before being cancelled, leaving only Asphalt 2 as the first and only Asphalt game on the PSP. In Ridge Racer for the PS Vita, the Sega Hornet car from Daytona, USA was added as a purchasable DLC. It even has a soundtrack with a collaboration as well. In Hot Wheels Velocity X, many cars can go beyond its speed limit by just repeatedly firing Jet Booster. It is also faster to spam the boost button than just activating the boost. In Crazy Streets Thrill Drive, there's 2 secret cars. One is a Formula 1 car, and the other is a futuristic car. In F-Zero GX, returning machines from F-Zero X have imperfect paint jobs, mainly through scrapped paint along the edges, while the new competitors have perfect paint jobs. As an example, on the left is the number 28 Mighty Hurricane, who debuted in X. On the right is the number 37 Bunny Flash, one of the 11 GX debutants. Notice how the number 37 didn't have scrapped paint job compared to the number 28. Also, every single non-custom machine have different booster sounds. In the Rogue Element event in Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered, one of the opponents that you race against is a Dodge Viper Final Edition, a car that is in the Super Series, which is strange considering the other opponents are in exotic cars. In Need for Speed Most Wanted 2005, at the beginning of the Final Pursuit intro cutscene, Bull's SLR McLaren in the background was in its stock body kit, but when they start to flee the scene, his SLR was changed to a different body kit. In Midnight Club 2, the LA Cub Select sound is a combination of the engine from a Ford Mustang Fastback and the siren of a Ford Mustang Cruiser. Both cars appear in Midtown Madness, a game by Rockstar San Diego, or to be more specific, a game by Angel Studios before they were acquired by Rockstar. In Project Custom Racing 4, the Salina 7 has a badge missing on one wheel, and on the other, the badge is a Mudge. Go! Fun facts about Midnight Club 3. One of the NPC opponents, named Weston, drives an orange Supra with Furious written on the license plate, which is an obvious reference to Brian O'Connor's Toyota Supra from the Fast and Furious franchise. A black 1969 Dodge Charger driven by an NPC driver named Matt is a reference to Toretto's Dodge Charger from the Fast and Furious franchise. Matt's Charger is modified in dragster style, similar to Dom's, and has Dominic on his number plate. The Italian job has a nice Easter egg in the form of a pizza delivery minigame. First, you do a driver-style parking lot challenge, then you deliver the pizzas, then you get awarded with a miniature car you can drive around. Only the model is tiny, the hitbox is normal size sadly. In GT Pro Series on the Wii, you can levitate on the track Thrilling Harbor. To do this, you go to the fourth last corner against a green fence on the left, and with a longer car, you can drive against it. When you get to the corner, have full left steering and light tap 2, and you will notice that the car will occasionally drop its wheel up because of terrain on the other side of the fence texture. In Gran Turismo 6, if you look closely at Daihatsu Miro Avanzato TRXX Turbo, their side decal was misspelled as Tuabo instead of Turbo. Minor spelling mistake. I win. As part of its 20th anniversary, the Asphalt website has the very first Asphalt game be playable on the website. In Flatout 2, there is a dock at the top of a bit of the stunt minigame areas with some mattresses. In the first WRC PlayStation 2 game, the super special stages are only exclusive to the 2-player mode. In Midnight Club 3, there is an unused body kit for the 96 Chevrolet Impala SS for every single NPC and not available for the player. This unused body kit was somehow based on the Yada Toys Dub City diecast, according to Almighty Peter. In Colin McRae Rally 3, you can find unique and wild cars in this game, for example this jet fighter plane. Or how about this battle tank? Maybe I need to play Colin McRae Rally 3 again. Gran Turismo 5 Prologue through Gran Turismo 6 London track was originally made as a short variant, while a longer one was planned to appear in the full Gran Turismo 5 release. What was left of the long layout is the rough collision data, and in Gran Turismo 5 Prologue specifically, the pre-race pit lane location. Given how London is the only of the two tracks from Gran Turismo 5 Prologue to not have one, the pre-race pit lane location was in between corners 6 and 8. There is an obscure Best Buy variant of NASCAR 2009 that features Elliott Sadler on the cover instead of Jeff Gordon. There are no known differences between these two versions besides the artwork used. In future GPX Cyber Formula Road to the Infinity, if you stay in the menu idling for enough time, a completely CG version of the game opening will start playing. It's a 1 in 3 chance, because most of the time it will either play the original opening of the game or a race demo, so it will take some trial and error. There's a cut track in NASCAR 2007 called Redwood, or as the billboards call it, Pleasant Valley Speedway. It appears to be a reverse mirror version of Sawmill Raceway from NASCAR Thunder 2004. On Milestones Ride 3, the Triumph Street Twin Mr. Martini Edition has an exhaust option that has seemingly no model in-game, despite the other two options being model in, and the ones that are model in are slightly off-center from the exhaust hole. The same bike has a pretty unique option that also applies to other custom bikes in the game, which is Super Custom, which gives the ability to put custom components unique to that bike, representing the custom bike culture in a way that was not repeated in all other games of the series. This only applies to the Mr. Martini edition bikes in the game, such as the Moto Guzzi V7 2 Special. The license plate that reads TDU 505 for every single vehicle in the game is a reference when the game was first shown to the public. In Namco's 500 GP, there's an unlockable bike called K1 that's clearly referencing the Devil Crinale cars from Ridge Racer, down to using the same Devil logo on the front and on the hub, and when 500 GP was later expanded and ported to the PlayStation 2 as MotoGP 1, all the Devil references were removed. So in use 2, the 300CX has a cut white body kit. From a bit of research, the front bumper is from a DS style kit. Monster Jam Path of Destruction is the only Monster Jam game to date which allows you to drive your own monster truck and also customize it however you want. You are able to choose from 18 different fiberglass shells, which you unlock as you progress through the game, and are able to add accessories to the trucks, which you also unlock as you progress through the game. In the 3.6.0 update of Absolute Racing has a bug with its RPM sounds, where upon reaching certain RPM, the engine sound doesn't increase in pitch and ends up sounding like a swarm of hornets. In the DS port of Ford Racing 3, there's a tournament called Focus vs GT, where you ironically can't choose or race against a Ford Focus at all, which makes the whole tournament kinda pointless. Fun fact, in Midnight Club LA, the raw asphalt textures are green. Why are you green? Then they use texture modifiers to turn them back to grey. Not sure why they did this. In Choro-Q HG2 Road Trip Adventure, the wingset gives a static handling increased regardless of settings. Sending it to UP mid-corner can give a sharper turn radius at the cost of mid-corner speed, while default and down both give tight driving lines on flat surfaces, with a good balance of turn radius and mid-corner speed. Also, on the US release of HG2, if you go to the Papu tree on Papaya Island and then talk to Mond, this legacy wagon, on the beach without having beat him in a race prior, he'll have broken text and he'll just say, John. This has led to a John% speedrun category.
Yes! Yes! First completed John% speedrun. Oh my god, that was something.
Save you some San Pellegrino, John.
I guess I'm done for today. Drop a like if you like the video, subscribe to the channel, I don't know about this guy, but subscribe to this channel, and that's it, bye bye.